Well, praise the Lord, hallelujah, and thank you, Jesus. It's around that time right here on KAZ Radio, where I have one of my most favorite shows, none other than Queen on the Scene, with one of my most favorite hosts, Lady Gilmore. How you doing, Lady Gilmore?
Doing well, Pastor. Peace and good day.
Peace and good day to you. Amen.
What a beautiful day. The weather, September 30th, 2018. What a wonderful day. And God has been good to us up until this hour. So everybody in the city of Cleveland, surrounding communities should be happy, happy, happy. We sing this song in my daycare. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Now that's how happy we are today to be my special guest today. This is another one of my daughters. She was wanted by popular demand. Daughter has been on the show before, but the Lord has enlarged her territory. And Queen I Am is the name of the organization. And her name, I have trouble pronouncing it, so I call her Yanni. I like to introduce the song and present to others my daughter in the Lord, Yanni.
Hello, everybody. How we doing today? I'm good. Thank you for having me on here.
Oh, always, baby, always.
Again, I appreciate the opportunity to be back.
Well, you're a young lady, and you have taken on a task that some of us don't take on until we get in our 30s or our 40s. Doing the favorite thing that I love. You love my babies, too. Yeah, you reaching out and you bringing them in. And on that note, let's talk about who else is with us today as part of Queen I Am.
Well, I wanted to bring some new girls, some girls that's been with me as the journey in Queen I Am has been expanding. And so I brought some people that would like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I am Shamaya, and I am part of Queen I Am.
I am Oceana, and I am volunteering with Queen I Am.
Part of Queen I Am and volunteering with Queen I Am. Precious, tell us what school you go to, how old you are, and what made you want to be part of Queen I Am.
I go to E-Prep Village, and I am 11 years old, and what made me want to be part of Queen I Am is how to be a queen and teach others how.
Oh, very, very good. So do you rock and roll when you're talking about Queen I Am? Huh?
Yes.
Tell a sister what to do now. Rock and roll. That's so very good. And daughter, please help us with your beautiful name.
So my name's Oceana, and I'm a student at Bowling Green State University, majoring in social work. And over the summer, I got in contact with Yana about volunteering with Queen I Am summer camp. So that's how I got involved with Queen I Am. So.
And what are you going to school for?
Social work.
And where at?
Bowling Green State University.
And daughter drove in today, so we definitely want Traveling Mercy to take her back safe and sound, and others that's surrounding you on the highway. So we're excited now. It's a whole lot going on, daughter, so you need to get busy and start telling us.
Okay, it's a lot going on. Since I had the opportunity to be on the show last year, I'm blessed to be back, and so many great things has been happening with Queen I Am. For example, Queen I Am has not only just expanded in the city, but we've been going various other places. Akron, just outside of Cleveland, Oberlin, people have been asking me to come out and facilitate workshops. Our relationships has been growing with the young queens we have been mentoring, so we were able to move from Estabrook Rec over to Gunny's and host our summer camp where Oceana and Shemai was able to attend over in the Detroit Shoreway area at Michael J. Zone in the New Beginnings Church community. And so we had, for the first time this year, had the opportunity to run a summer camp. So we usually do weekend, bi-weekly Saturdays, and this was our blessing that God allowed us to be able to run a summer camp in July. And so that was a wonderful blessing for us. Along with that, we have the opportunity to go to different schools and do workshops. Myself has been traveling to Anton Gardena. I have been to Cleveland Heights High School with College Now and various other places, preaching the message and the understanding of self-worth, self-understanding, self-love, and self-respect that Queen I Am stands for. We had an opportunity to do a youth compassion tour. So a little background information. I won a grant from Neighborhood Connections, and I was so excited because this was my first ever grant. I won.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was called a micro grant. It was connected to a event that happens in Cleveland called the Common Ground. And my Common Ground conversation was how to produce youth leaders in safer and stronger communities. And so I thought, what other way would I be able to do that instead of getting young people to go out in the community and do great work? And so I was able to gather 12 young ladies, and both of these young ladies were able to attend with us on this tour. And we traveled to various different organizations doing great work of service. We started early. It was 8:30 in the morning. We were up early, getting ready with our pink shirts on, getting ready for service, getting ready to go be great and do great work. And so that was my goal, to show them and to look outside themselves, how to step out of yourself and learn somebody else's story. And so we have been doing a lot of great things, but good things is good.
Oh, that is wonderful. I'm sitting here now all excited from where we were, I think, a year ago.
Yeah.
You was on the show, and the Lord has blessed you in those 365 days. What a blessing. All right, baby, tell us how excited you are and some of the things that you've done. How did you feel about it? Were you happy?
Yes.
Okay, talk to us, because there's a little girl out there your age that's looking at us today.
So, how I first became in Queen I Am was was at a rec center because I was doing sports, and then I was at a game, and then it was like a program, and me and my brother just came in, and then we was like, hey, and then she was like, hey, I am a girl who is doing a organization for Queen I Am, and then she asked me did I wanted to be part of it, and I said sure, and then that's when we just started contacting each other since that day, and now we are just having good times together and going on trips that I love to be part of.
Very, very good. That's exciting. And when I was coming up, we were taught always speak when you come into a building. And in speaking, daughter, look how the Lord added on some more. Being friendly, it doesn't cost anything to be friendly. And our baby is sitting there all excited, and her voice is picking up. You started out a little soft, but that's okay. But excitement will make you elevate your voice.
Okay.
I'm not messing with your name.
Okay, so for me, becoming a part of Queen I Am or volunteering with Queen I Am, so basically I love volunteering. I love giving my time to others. So when I seen Yana make a post in our high school, because we actually went to high school together and we didn't know it. So
Wow.
she made a post on our alumni high school page, and Queen I Am caught my attention. So I reached out to her via Messenger on Facebook, asking her if she needed any help or was she looking for any volunteers. At the time, I was completely unaware of whether or not she was going to accept me or not. And I just took the chance because, as you said, speaking and just introducing yourself, networking, it gets you places. So I reached out to Yana, and she said yes. She would love to have me volunteer for the summer camp. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be there. And it took forever for us to get where we was trying to get, because we were supposed to meet before the summer camp. That ended up not happening because both of our schedules conflicted with each other. So the night before, I literally had was it a FaceTime or a phone chat? I don't know which one, but we had a chat over the phone about what was about to happen the next day. And I told Yana I didn't care whether or not we met or not. I was still about to show up to the summer camp. I was still going to be there. So, because we really didn't know whether or not I was going to be there or not. Because like I said, our schedules kept conflicting, so we barely was talking. And the night before, her and Jamal called me, and I was like, oh. Okay. And from there, everything is history. And I just love Queen I Am and everything it stands for. So I'm going to keep coming back until I guess I can't come back anymore. So.
Oh, you can always come back.
Yeah,
Daughter is still recruiting me. You can always come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, mommy. I don't know what she called me, mommy or mama. When you get time, can you come over here? And I'm almost 70 years old, so age doesn't mean anything. And Queen I Am, just be available. Oh yeah, just come. So let's talk about the activities,
Mm-hmm.
and what did you all do at the summer camp? So I'm quite sure you're going to do it again. You want more young ladies to come, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So our summer camp was held, because of scheduling, summer camp was held every Saturday in July. And so we started off with self-identity, how to build your brand, meaning who you are as an individual, so self-discovery as a person, as a young
Okay.
queen.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you want to be, and who did you want others to see you as well? And so our first session was self-identity, and it was awesome. I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, it was like, okay, this is my first time running a summer camp. I don't know who's going to show up, who's not going to be there. But just put it out there and trust it. I mean, along the way, I was like calling venues and looking for places to host a summer camp. And it actually was an idea that I was like, I can't do because I can't afford the spacing for the amount of time that I'm looking for. And literally 2 nights before, somebody called me and was like, sure, you can have our church basement for free. And so it was like, oh, okay, I guess the summer camp is back on. It's happening again. And so it was something that I was unsure about until God had told me this is what I wanted you to do. And so he gave me the space for free. I held it at New Beginnings Ministry over on West 65th in the Detroit
Yes.
Shoreway community. And we hosted it every Saturday in July, and it was awesome. The second one, we had a lot of young queens come out, and we did a beauty and brains where we talked about self-care, hair care, skin care, beauty products. And we also had a college panel that Oceana was able to sit on with various other college young ladies who's in college or even graduated with their masters, sat on the panel, and our young queens like Shemaya and others were able to ask them questions, and they were able to share their story. And so that was one of my favorite sessions that we had at Queen I Am Summer Camp, because it was older women mixing with the younger queens, and it was intergenerational, and it was positive, and the energy after leaving was like, wow, I learned a lot myself being a young queen, and I know the young queens definitely took in a lot of information. One of our third ones that we had was a Zoomathon, and so we also connected that health and wellness piece in there with the young queens, and we had 2 hours, so it was 2 hours of Zumba. We had like a getting ready, and then we had an intense Zumba for the second half, and it was awesome. Young people came out. We had some vendors out there. We had some bananas and smoothies, so some healthy snacks for them. And so we have been doing a lot of things. The summer camp at the end was like, okay, I didn't know I could do this, but I did it, and it was amazing with the help of my boyfriend Jamal, who's the president of Queen I Am, and also the help of Oceana. It really came to be something big. And so we want all the girls to come back for next summer. Come back and join us. We're going to probably host it in the summer the same time in July, but maybe do it even longer because so many young queens want to continue to come after our last session.
And you know what one of the things I really love about Queen I Am, daughter, is how you address our babies as queens. So we have to plant that seed. I am a queen. Queen I am. And to interact with like you said, the older sisters, to interact with you all and with the younger generation, because like I told daughter downstairs, I'm still learning myself. Even I'm going to be 70, I have learned from young people, because you all have the technology where we didn't have it when I was coming up, and new ideals and new thoughts. So when we sit down at the round table, I listen to you, and then you listen to me, and we combine all of that together. But talk a little bit about that Zumba.
So it was another event that I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I'll plan these events, and I have these different things that I want to put into it, and then I'm like, it comes from, I'm not sure it's going to happen because so many different things, so many parts is moving, then it comes to, this is going to happen, I'm going to make it happen. And just dreaming and understanding and trusting my passion and my purpose, and why it's every time I have a sense of doubt, it comes back and it happens. And so that's just glorifying God and making sure that it's going to happen, whether I put my doubt out there as well. And so the Zoomathon was something we had at Michael J. Zone. We had it outside under the pavilion, and we had some vendors come out from Paparazzi the Jury. We had some nail art come out, and also some other different vendors come out and support the event, and also exposure to what they're doing great in the world, and also exposure to the community of what's going on around us. And so we did 2 hours of Zumba. The first hour was like a warm up. Everybody was like, okay, we got it, we ready. And then the second hour was like, let's go. We completely turned it up. We had an instructor. Her brand is Thick Fit Bree, and she definitely, we were all sweating like, okay, whew. But it was great because at the moment we had an opportunity for all the people to kind of express what they're doing, and that was a big thing for the women that was vendors, because I had all women vendors, and I wanted them to express what they had going on, and we clapped and we congratulated them because quite a few of them spoke like, this is my first ever event. Stepping out and being an entrepreneur is a big deal, and it's a big thing, and so that was awesome for them to share and us to celebrate them. And so the Zumba was great, but it was, woo, man, it was intense. But it also was another amazing event that we wanted to expose the young queens to health and wellness.
Made you think about eating the wrong food, and we
Yes.
get ready to exercise, it slow us down just a little teeny bit, not much.
Yes.
Well, it sounded like it was a lot of fun and learning. See, we can have fun learning, being educated, but we can put some fun in it so it won't be so boring, because we do want you all to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me your experience of Zumba.
So for me, okay, before I like talk about that, I just want to say that I love Queen I Am because of the educational piece. So a lot of people hear Queen I Am and they think, oh my gosh, it's another organization empowering girls. And it's a lot of organizations that empower females in general or reach out to females. But Queen I Am, Yana added the educational piece to Queen I Am, which I love. Definitely the health and wellness piece. But to talk about Zumba, we died, came back to life.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second.
Yes.
So, Fit Thick Bree, she did like a hip hop Zumba type of thing, and that was the second half. The first half consisted of like a salsa type of Zumba, which was more chill and more relaxed, and it was easier. But then the second half, we was doing jumping jacks and leg lifts and everything else. And as Yana said, we was sweating. Broke a sweat, and the vendors, they were amazing. I believe it's You Empowered.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the You Empower one. So basically, that's another female empowerment organization. But they're doing like group readings and stuff like that, and they have an event coming up too. But their organization, it was relatable. So she stepped out, and she also invited someone that relates to her organization. So it wasn't like we're in competition. I want to empower the other organizations that have the same goal as me, even though we may reach or do different things in the background. So I love that about them also.
That's why I went back to Zumba, because we want everybody to know that we just don't sit at the table and talk and talk and talk. We do happy things, happy activities that involve us in getting to know each other better. And learning more about the organizations, and then the Lord had you all form a relationship with other organizations. So now 8 slices of the pie is ready to be cut. Collaborating with people, networking. I share with everybody, started out at 8 years old, go to at least 3 network events a month, because you get to meet some awesome people that can provide other services for you that will enhance Queen I Am, because it's about growth. And you said earlier about being in the box. We don't want to be in the box. The box only has 4 corners, and we want to get out the box. They used to have a toy, I think it's called Jump in the Box or something.
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box. We don't want to be Jack in the Box. We want to come out that box. So what about you, Precious? Tell us about your experience with Zumba.
To be honest, I wasn't at the Zumba event. I wasn't able to get to it because it was a few problems, but I can imagine how they was when they was there.
Well, that's okay, because sometimes things happen and you can't be there. But I'm quite sure you enjoy some activities that took place prior, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about that. I want to see you smile and see all those pretty teeth.
So we had last time a bash, but the last event we was at was during the tour where we get to go to a lot of communities and help and like do like community service and help them. So we went to a habitat spot and we helped them and we had volunteered and we like was helping them do more activities and like we went to we was at a bash and I had praise dance and I have been praise dancing for a year now.
Okay.
And I praise danced there and I actually liked it. So
Good. That's good. That's what we're talking about. Our experiences will encourage someone else. That's the bottom line. And speaking about volunteer going out to helping, to celebrate my born day. This is my second year doing it. I was born on December 19th. But December 15th, I do a new toy drive, and I donate all the toys to a certain organization. Last year, we donated toys to the dialysis center, and I didn't realize there was that many children on dialysis. So this year, we're doing Children of Community Assessment, and I would love to have Queen I Am come, wear your t-shirts, volunteer, and help us out. You know, I want a lot of young people so people can see that our young people have wonderful ideas. And we're going to be at Fowler's Fashions, Shaker Square. So, daughter, when you get a chance, check your calendar because this will be some more things because we're people that like activities. We like to do things. We can talk all day long, but we like to do things. And then you'll be able to go back to school and, daughter, when you get down to college, share some more of your experiences. And look into that and let me know.
We would definitely love to come out and help.
Thank you, but we forgot that you are a mommy.
I am.
Of?
2. I have the best of both worlds. I have a 2-year-old girl named Kylie, and I just had a boy, and he's 5 months, named Jamal Jr. So I have the best, literally the best of both worlds. I'm able to see them both grow up differently, and also just the age, being able to experience her at 2, so full of energy, so full of love and personality, and also Jamal is learning and growing every day. And so my goal is, when I do go out and volunteer, I like to take my babies with me, especially if I'm able to, because I want them to see exposure and what mommy is doing, and that this is things that I want to embed in them as they get older about volunteering your time and giving your heart and your service.
Absolutely. That's why I'm sitting behind this mic today. When I was a little girl, 8 years old, my daddy had been in the service, so some of the servicemen worked for WJMO. You guys are way too young for that. 1490, and I would go to the radio station with my daddy, and they would say, "You're gonna be on the radio one day." I'm like, no, I'm not. But the experience and the exposure, it like lit my candle a little bit. Had no idea I was going to be sitting behind a mic, and just to see how everything back then, we didn't have technology. Now you can plug in a soundtrack and you got all your, but we actually did that ourselves. And what a wonderful exposure into my life that, wow, this is really a lot of fun. And that's good that you can take your children. Some ethnicity, they take their children. They take their children. And the only way that our babies are going to learn is to come.
Right.
And he's growing so fast.
Yeah,
the last
he
picture
is.
you sent me, it was like, wow.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
So you're a full-time mom, and you work full-time?
Yes, I do. I work full-time as well. So professionally, I work at Bel-Air Peters Development Corporation as a youth program coordinator for after-school program. But personally, my love and my passion is Queen I Am. That's where my heart is for sure. With Queen I Am, and being able to just grow in that and develop more consistent relationships with young queens in the community, and anybody that I go out to schools. I had an opportunity to go out to John Marshall So being able to work with those young queens and every queen that I'm able to experience and they're able to experience Queen I Am, just helps it grow, but also continues the passion and allows me to continue to pour into the young queens in the community. And so that's my goal. I definitely want to continue to pour every opportunity that I'm given. I want to continue to pour into the young queens.
We have to pour into them. Someone poured into us other than our parents. And with that pouring, it's like a pitcher of water. You start it, you tilt it over, and you start pouring that water to come out, and that's the development that we're pouring into our young queens that's coming on board. And it's great. I know we were talking downstairs. I'm just going to say daughter. Daughter and I were speaking downstairs, and how excited she was. We don't even know each other. We introduced ourselves, and how excited she was to share with me her experiences. Then I meet Precious here, and the excitement, because when you're shy, we want to bring that out. We want to see that grow. Am I right?
That's right.
Introvert, we want to see all that, because we're not going to constantly ask you, what did you say? You're doing what? No, we want to be able to set the table and share the knowledge that we have and pass it on to you. And you guys are going to be sitting in these seats one day. One of you all are going to be sitting here, and one of you all are going to be sitting there. And you will remember, Lady Gilmore said that. Yanni said that. And that's the purpose of the development of your organization, right?
Yes, being able to expose them to future possibilities. So I know that they may not be coming to Queen I Am workshops forever because they grow up and their schedule get busy and they continue to do different things. But expose them to future possibilities such as the college career readiness piece, the financial literacy, the etiquette, and also service learning. How can I help them develop as their character development beyond the workshops, helping them get the tools they need to continue to grow up? And so with our Beauties and Brains workshop, we did the college piece, and it was like, wow, we were able to sit in front of women who look like me, who are experiencing what college is like, and how do I get to college, or how do I get to, and we even spoke about not just college, but trades.
Absolutely.
So how every college may not be for everyone, so how do I explore myself and my discovery onto what I'm going to do next, looking towards the future. And so that's my goal. Financial literacy, how to spend money, how to save money, jobs. And so continue to expose them, not just working with the emotional and social and mental piece and physical piece, but also working with that, where I'm going next, my self-discovery, what is the next stop for me on my journey. And so.
Amen. And then if you make a mistake, just pick it up, brush it off, keep going. Keep going. Because my daddy told us that if looking back prevents you from moving forward, don't look back. Because we want to move forward and be great expectations that the Lord has given us this opportunity. Time is almost up. It's almost up. So we have 30 seconds apiece to say some encouraging to our viewers out there, okay? Go ahead, baby.
I would just say, no matter how hard life gets, no matter what you go through, just never give up, because tomorrow can always be better than yesterday, but it's up to you.
Thank you.
I would just like to say that just stay positive in yourself and don't feel like you're down, and just have strength and don't give up.
Thank you. Come on, dog.
I would like to say thank you again for having me on the show, and I would like to encourage my young queens and also just women in period to learn your worth and love it and wear it high and proud.
Amen.
Yeah,
Wasn't
definitely.
that wonderful?
Yeah.
How we all encouraged each other. That's what I like. It's like a snowball. It's a ball. You start rolling it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Now let me share something. I have 30 seconds. I have a condition that interferes with my speech. I keep right on going. I've made so many mistakes here, just like now, saying and mispronouncing. It doesn't matter. You keep on going. It's a condition I have from the condition that I'm taking medication from. Keep going. We all make mistakes. We jumping over hurdles. You jump over that baby and you land on your feet, daughters, and you stand up and say, peace and good day, and see you next week.